Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
It's that terms and conditions that you
We're
sign
live
up
now?
for.
Nope. Yeah, we're live now.
We're live now. Okay, cool.
Oh, yay.
Hey guys, back on Facebook, live on Facebook. We have Desire Pro Wrestling, Gary Gandy and Mandy Gandy with us on the phone. We had some technical difficulties, but we've restarted the show, and hopefully everybody can see us again now and hear us
The
all.
technical difficulties vanished because Sean Johns left the ring.
If there's anybody that cannot hear us or cannot hear the Gandys, let us know, and we will try to fix it again. We was trying to do some different stuff tonight because we just couldn't. What is it? Is it live again?
I'm looking to see if we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube.
And see if anybody can hear what the Gandys was saying.
And if they can't hear us, go to YouTube. Seems to be
Yeah,
working.
YouTube seems to work.
We're not live on
All right, let's boycott Facebook and go to YouTube.
We're not live where?
We're not live on Facebook. But
We're not?
We are on YouTube.
Yeah, no, you're not live.
Man,
Are we live on YouTube?
Oh my gosh.
then they're bringing you down.
Fucking Facebook.
And bring the man down.
We're live on YouTube.
Okay.
Just on Facebook. Really, Facebook, you gotta do is dirty like
That's
that.
weird.
Well, I guess we'll just continue the show on YouTube.
Okay.
Everybody, just post.
Yeah, unless we
Post on. Hold on a second. See if I can go live from my phone.
Yeah, that may have to do it that way or somehow. I don't know what's going on.
got a little selfie stick. Just have someone hold it up. Which one of y'all do? Which one of y'all do I like the least? Hold this the whole show. Hold it.
Well,
You have one of those interns that want to be on a podcast. You gotta hold this for 2 hours. Let's go.
I know, right?
If you gotta pee, too dang bad.
You gotta be our cameraman.
Yeah, it's either you gotta pee on yourself or
Or shit on themselves.
oh no! Don't do that. No, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, they're fired. Oh, really?
Oh, we're live on Facebook now.
Are we?
I'm
Are we?
live, I think. Hey guys, this is NiceGuyAndy podcast. We're having problems going live on from the
Yeah, we
desktop on
Scott,
YouTube,
you.
on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, guys. If y'all want to watch the show, just go over to YouTube and watch us.
That's right.
Or Twitch, and you can watch us from over there. But man, my hair looks pretty good tonight.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, there's my guys over there.
What's up?
What's
John
up?
John's in the
Yeah,
house.
everybody, let's
Yeah.
Johnny
get
Lee
it.
right there.
We got the
Who cares?
Gandys on the phone, guys. So go over to YouTube and watch us.
That's right.
Deuces.
They better watch
Okay,
us.
bye-bye Facebook for tonight.
Yeah, because Facebook is had.
I don't know what's going on. We'll deal with it later.
I'll tell you what's going on. They got scared.
I don't know. Like we
I don't
was
know
talking
about
shit
that.
about them. Maybe they
They're just like, oh no, we can't have that.
maybe
They
they
can't.
didn't-
He's got bots everywhere.
They should have thought about that before they started
Zuckerberg.
not giving us money.
Well, that's because we talk bad about Facebook. They know everything, Johnny. They were like, oh,
Facebook
you don't like the way we're doing things?
Yeah, Facebook does know everything.
Yep.
Facebook is Hitler.
Whoa, sir. I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, if they got eyes everywhere, they close to it. TNT.
And the TBS champion.
Y'all
The
still there?
ROH TV champion. The king of TV, Samoan Joe.
Oh, skateboard to the back.
Say what you will. Skateboards hurt, Johnny.
Yes, it did. I've been hit with skateboard.
I've been slammed through a skateboard. It don't feel good.
It really don't. Are y'all still there?
I can't hear them.
Can't hear me anymore.
They're
Please
still
tell
there,
me we didn't
but it's not coming through the headphones. Guacamole.
Now I'm hungry. I got a bag of chips. Oh, this match I won.
They can't hear us anymore?
Yeah. They're on, but we can't hear them.
All right, there you go. Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you now. Shh, I'm sorry. I guess
No worries.
it's a new year. Our streaming software it
Has not updated yet.
it did update. Like it's totally different now. I thought that we could go live with you guys on Facebook and have y'all join us, but apparently on the desktop you can't do that. And I don't even see now that you can do it on on
Wasn't showing it on here when we were live earlier on Facebook.
So what did am I not?
We're still live on YouTube.
I'm doing like I can hear something somewhere.
Somebody's
It ain't
video's
me.
playing. My phone's off. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, my phone's on silent.
It
turned
was
it
this. Okay, it was the other. Sorry, guys. We seem like amateurs.
No
tonight.
worries.
It's amateur night at the night.
And
It's amateur night.
at the NiceGuyAndy
I blame
podcast.
the new year.
We should have an
Okay.
amateur show.
New year, new
At least
us.
it's going. At least it's going on with us. We're nice. We're cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You two are awesome.
Well, we usually have people.
We just roll with the punches.
We wanted you guys to come into the studio, but what happened up there? The rain? Too much rain? Is that what happened?
Yes, we flooded.
So they like flooded.
We flooded.
What is there like? Is there like a little river or creek or something going through y'all's town? Or
We're in a flood zone.
oh, okay. So like,
So if
Like we retain water in our house.
is it the? Oh, really? Is it the?
Yeah.
Is
it
the
rains for
Ohio,
2 hours,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
Ohio River, maybe.
No, we are in Columbus, and we're just in a flood zone where it's just a low plain area, and when it rains, it doesn't matter if it rains for 2 hours, 3 hours, we're getting flooded.
Oh,
So
really? That sucks. I'm in a.
yeah,
So y'all have to pay flood insurance on your home. You think?
yeah.
Yeah, that sucks because I have flood insurance on my home and I'm in 100-year flood zone myself, but like it's never like there's a little creek in my backyard, like a little shit creek. I don't know, and
Yeah.
and it never floods. It never ever
Oh.
ever floods. Like my house.
We
never gets
live in the
flooded.
city and it floods all the time.
But I pay like flood insurance every month though, so I understand.
Oh, so do we.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
you never know. It might that one time.
There,
Oh, it
it
might.
actually.
It might. Yeah.
We
you're right.
actually had like 2 days after, 2 days after getting the ring, brand new. We had it in our basement before we started shows and finding a building to rent for it, and it flooded. And our ring was soaked. I was so upset. So yeah,
Wow,
it's
yeah.
bad here.
That sucks. So you guys have been doing this year. Tell us about your building. Where is it? Y'all's building? Do y'all just?
We rent a
y'all-
community center building.
Are y'all the only ones in it?
We are the only people that rent that is for pro wrestling. Yes.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. So it's like you can just decorate it the way you want to decorate it. It's you guys, right?
Well, we have to take it down every show, but other than that,
Because this building,
they rent out
this building like houses like families that are
after school
unfortunate
programs.
that they can't afford meals all the time. So like kids that are
wow,
after,
okay.
they have an after school program that they do with the kids and the families. They come to this building, they sit and they eat lunch or dinner. They do Thursday night.
There's been a couple times that we've showed up and we've helped serve lunch with them and just get to hang out with the kids in the neighborhood and invite them to our show.
And then we did, I think it was back in August, September, we did, they have a East Tigers football team, that was having problems getting uniforms.
So we did a benefit show.
And raised enough money for them to get new uniforms. So
We'll help towards it.
So they were having issues like getting pads and cleats and pants and new jerseys and helmets. And they were just, it was a pay to play type team. And we, helped raise money for that because, getting those kids, because it's not a very good area.
I'd rather have them kids playing football than being on the street.
Yeah, because Zanesville is known for like drugs and overdoses, suicides with kids, and things like that. So,
Really.
yeah. So we're trying to, the overall goal is not just bring pro wrestling, but bring a reason for them kids to be away from that stuff. Whether they're playing video games, reading a book, eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or even, see some guys and gals
like
each other around.
Like our second show there, I always work the door. I'm always just running around with my head cut off.
Yeah.
Well, there's these two boys out front, and someone came in and said, "Hey, you're about to have a fight in the front of your building." And I was like, please let it be kids. So I go out there and I'm like, what's going on? And the other kid said something not nice about his mother. And so they were going to fight. And I said, you're not going to fight. You're going to bring your bikes in and you're going to watch wrestling and you're going to have fun. So these two kids sat in the crowd the whole night and just had a great time. Their grandpa came over and asked me, he goes, well, why'd you do that? I said, I'd rather them be in my building watching my show than beating each other up over a stupid comment.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That was awesome, you guys, to do that. That was awesome.
And now they're good friends and they come every month.
Yeah, they come together
That's
every
cool.
month.
That's cool. That's cool. Because sometimes people just need something to do, and fighting with each other is something to do, I guess.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what I do really well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrestling brings a lot of people together. It really does. It really
does.
Like you have people that people that you don't think that are wrestling fans are just huge wrestling fans. Like I work at UPS. Everybody knows that, but like we're in a union, in the Teamsters union.
Yeah.
The president of the union is he's such a big wrestling fan. He's like, I watch your show all the time. I was like, well, come on the show. So he's going to be coming on the show at some point. So, but
that's cool. That's cool.
He's a big fan. He's like, he came up to me and was like, I didn't know who he was. He was like, I'm the president of the union. I was like, oh shit. I thought you was just a fan. So yeah. He's like, I am a fan.
Yeah, that's great. Like, I love it. In all honesty, with our fans and stuff, like, we have a huge supporting fan base. Like, our fans will sponsor our wrestlers religiously every month. Like, and help take care of our roster because, like, without them helping, like, everything we do wouldn't be possible.
We need that. We need that here. We need some more sponsors to help sponsor this podcast. Now that Facebook doesn't want to pay us.
Hey, a little secret. I'm really good at making sponsorship packages, so I can probably hook you up.
Okay, cool. Hell,
you are awesome.
Thank you. We do need some help with that because like we're so busy trying to. Well, I got a day job and Sean does too, and we're so busy trying to do like
And Johnny can only do so much.
And produce content.
Man, what does Johnny do? What does Johnny do?
Johnny does about everything around here.
He's he's booked you two for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, that's a great. See, give him a bonus.
I know, right? Yeah.
Bring him to our show.
Johnny.
Good job, Johnny.
I also got Victor Bruiser coming.
Ah.
That's
What?
January 18th.
Okay, I'll even stick my thumb.
Hey, I will say this: if you ever bring a title belt to a wrestling show, do you know you have to defend that title at that wrestling show?
Oh wow. Okay.
That's right.
We'll bring one of these belts up here. I don't know about defending it, but
I'll
we'll have somebody defend it.
I will, as soon as the bell rings, I am running out the ring. I'm giving my game plan now. I'm running out the ring. I'll lose by count out.
He's going to lose by count out. You'll have him chasing you around the ring for a 10 count.
That's fine by me.
Just know if Victor Bruiser catches you, just know.
Yeah, that whole thing, I told a kid that once he had a WWE title belt. I said, do you know that since you brought that, you have to defend it? He handed it to his mom real quick. Like, Mom, you got him.
Get out there, Mom.
That was when he was like the biggest asshole heel ever. Like, he was mean to everybody. I was the person going behind his back like, I'm so sorry for my husband's actions. Do you want a toy from my table? Because he was just so mean.
But we do want to hit on a question that you hit right before the technical difficulties about kind of like what we do a day at Desire.
Oh, yeah.
We literally are up at 6 a.m. We probably have our first fight about 6:30.
No, 6:15 because I didn't get breakfast fast enough.
No, we have one of our trainees, which is Aaron Graves. He is normally here no later than 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, busting his ass, helping us get stuff together to load up in U-Haul and get to Zanesville, because we are actually an hour and 10 minutes from Zanesville. We're not local.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought y'all were probably right down the street from Zen.
No, we're not local at all.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump, an hour drive. But you know, we've been on the road for many, many years, so we understand.
The drive.
An hour drive is that is
amazing.
That is golden.
Yeah,
you know, so going to Cynthiana, that 2 hour and 45 minutes. That is a cruise.
Yeah.
I don't mind that drive at all. It's just
he did a WWE loop to New York, and we were 10 hours. What the hell?
6 hours to Evansville and the time change. Never again. But we typically we get up early and plan out our day. Typically, just with wrestling, people have. I can't make your show because I have to work.
We have one of those.
Yeah, we typically get one or two, not every show, but it just happens.
Actually, it's not a big deal.
It's life, we're all pro wrestlers, but I have a day job.
Yeah.
Or, this wouldn't be happening. We're not making enough money to keep it afloat. We're doing the best we can. Just any business, you got to invest your time and money into it. So it's more we're getting up, getting the U-Haul, loading it, going to the building, putting stuff up, making sure everything's working properly.
We try to take our crew out to lunch.
And we typically do a lunch with the crew, tacos or TJs or something.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, you take care of your people that help you.
And the people
that bust their ass for you, you know what I mean? So...
I learned my lesson by having pizza delivered late last show. Drew didn't let me live that one down.
See, you spoiled them on that one. So we give them water, Gatorade, pizza. Just want to make them feel they matter. They matter to us, because they're throwing their bodies on the line for us, to try to make money, make this a full-time job, because that's what the overall deal is. This is, we want this to be our livelihood. We want, desire to come off the ground, be something. We
are looking to get our own building for a school.
Yeah, so we're in the process of getting the wrestling school rolling more frequently, and then we have a few students now that just bust their butt. We have one that is a promo god, I swear.
Oh, he's so good. I can't wait until he turns 18.
So,
he is so good. I just can't wait for it, because in Ohio you have to be 18, so I just can't wait.
Oh yeah.
And then we have
Aaron Graves. He is our number one kid.
We seen him wrestle down at Bar Brawl. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we beat Derek James and that bum Tyler Deputy.
Tyler Deputy. I forgot about him. Yeah.
That do you know who that is? Dewey off a Scary Movie. That is exactly who that is. And I'm telling you right now,
shit. The Acclaim just got beat by Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Wow.
Wow.
Oh no. The referee, the head senior referee, Aubrey Edwards, pulling rank, admitting that his foot was on the ropes, and Sanjay Dutt knocked it off.
Oh wow, he's roughing her up.
They may restart the match. We don't know.
Oh.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
No. So back to when people call off for promotions and stuff, we don't care. We're the type of promoters, we're not going to shit talk you on Facebook. We're not going to say you're fired. We're never using you again, because everybody has a life.
Oh, yeah.
And life gets in the way and life happens. We've ran through so many promoters that'll be yeah, we're never using you again because your work called, or your wife's in the hospital, or your daughter's sick. It's you can't do that to people.
Yeah.
Be a human being. I get it's frustrating.
We have that too. We do that too. You guys were supposed to be here in studio, and we understand because of the flooding. But tomorrow night we're supposed to have another guest too, and they've canceled too. So we didn't have any in studio guests this week. So.
Oh my gosh, I was so sad. I was so sad. This is I've managed him and done things in wrestling and stuff with him, but I've never got to do a podcast with him. And I was like, oh, I was so sad.
Yeah, we was looking forward to you guys being here.
We were looking forward to it.
Like we just love to have people in the studio, and like we have the studio, so it's like justified to because we had to bring the guest in. We don't mind we don't mind doing the telephone thing, but we'd rather have you guys in the studio. We understand about the people.
Most definitely.
Yeah, because I know why. Because they wanted me to stand up and rip my shirt. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, we did. We have the whole camera set up in the other room for you to do that.
That's right. And,
yeah, just like I can just tear the shirt and
Here's some t-shirts I told him.
What's that?
Do not rip. I tell him all the time, like, please don't rip those shirts. I have to make those shirts. And he's like, nope, it's gone. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't have many left in your size. Quit ripping them.
And literally the story behind that is like we're during COVID we were doing a lot of empty arena stuff for Gen Next, and literally they had like all these serious wrestlers. You know what I mean? Yeah, Gaston and
right.
You had Kellen Craven and of course
Kellen. He's trying to burn my company.
And all this other stuff. These people that want to be like serious pro wrestlers. I'm like. And then
your true character is a goofball.
Literally, I'm a goofball at heart.
Yeah.
Then Max Sled and Larry D is like, what if we do this? And we like slowly like pushed it into like the phenomenon that it is now. But like it was not anywhere going to go in this direction, but it like took off and they loved it and the fans love it.
So that originated, that character kind of originated down at Gen Next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that started when we were doing those tapings. I was doing my feud with Derek James.
Oh, you wrestled him so much.
I wrestled him so much, have so much good chemistry. I have not had one bad match with him. One of my favorite matches, but it was like probably the longest match I've ever done in my entire life. We were doing the bike night thing for Gen Next.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
So, plus the beginning of the match, some dude fell off his bar stool, cracked his head, and the squad had to come get him because he was throwing up. So we had to like.
He was cheering Hulk Hogan and fell over.
So we had to stretch out our match by 25 minutes because we had to like fill time, and then I remember right before I went out, it was like, "Can you guys go 40 minutes?" So we went 40 minutes in a singles match against each other outside in 90-degree weather, and yeah, it was one.
Was it cold?
It was one of the.
I remember that day. It was hotter than 90.
Yeah, it was really, really hot. I was sweating bullets. And that was the same day that I finally got to do what I've been begging Larry D to do for like over a year, and do a flex off with GANDY, Mania, and Larry D. And he was just trying to like not do it, and I made him do it. He just has to. Why did you? And Mandy just Mandy just stepped in doo doo. Ooh.
Now?
Yes.
Right
yeah,
now?
like, we're outside.
That's pretty
I don't know.
shitty.
That is pretty shitty.
Like, oh man, that is.
Outside. I was looking for the dog, and I stepped in poop.
Oh my God.
In my new shoes.
Yeah, just bought her new shoes for Christmas.
No
There's dog poo on them.
oh.
Or you stepped in that Tyler
That's
deputy poo.
You're gonna clean that. You're gonna have to clean it now.
Nah, you're gonna let that dry and flake it off or something.
Not.
Oh wow! But
Sorry,
yeah.
I took over the podcast with poop.
But yeah, things like that. Like we want to build moments with Desire, and that's kind of like what I've done. I think I have had plenty of moments at Gen Next where it makes me excited anytime I go there. Definitely the bar brawls it's definitely a different atmosphere than what you would be used to.
The bar brawls are hard for us though, because I can't come all the time because we have a kid and she can't come in.
Right.
That's true.
And
I get sad.
And then, I always like getting that, critique and guidance from Max and Larry. Those are two guys, as they run Legends Pro Wrestling Academy in Cynthiana. So definitely, if anyone's in Kentucky looking become a pro wrestler and they ain't hitting those two guys up, they're wasting their time. Might as well just, man, Cynthiana's not that far. Right. They're just is as much a pain in the butt Kellen Craven is to my wife. That's one of Larry's kids, and he's done
the fire in him.
He's doing good things for us, and then doing great things for Larry. And it's like he got a match coming up with Larry too. So
yeah, at the last bar brawl, y'all weren't able to make it, sadly, and they had a Royal Rumble style match, and it ain't ballet. Accidents happen. Poop happens, as y'all just as Mandy just stepped in.
Man, she stepped in some shit. That's what she stepped in.
And but injuries happen. It ain't ballet. I don't think there's any. But if they're going to turn it into a great angle, I can't wait to see it.
Me either.
Man, I'm telling you, it'd be a great day to get payback on Larry D.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's a big boy, though.
He really is.
Best hand in the house.
Man, yeah, I felt that hand a little.
He busted your chin open.
Yeah, he roughed me up a few times. I got the opportunities to wrestle him at Desire, and then Supreme, and then a place in Middletown, Ohio. So I've had a few matches with Larry. So he's up 2-1
having to wrestle in Middletown. That you poor child.
Middletown, Ohio is like the scum of the earth in Ohio.
Thank you. Hey, I'm from Hamilton originally. That's where I was born. So I know Middletown. I'm so sorry.
Oh man. Hey, you gotta wrestle somewhere, I guess.
That's true.
Hey, I've been in worse cities. Like I live in Columbus, so.
Right. I tease.
I was one of my favorite places to wrestle is the great state of Kentucky. So that's where I made my WWE debut. So I always have, in the great city of Louisville, Kentucky.
And I was in the building.
And you had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
She still don't have.
I just thought it was another extra gig.
Hey.
So yeah, that was one of my favorite nights. But yeah, a lot of people always ask me what was my favorite night in pro wrestling, and it had nothing to do with that. But it was close to Middletown, but it was in Franklin, Ohio.
Yeah, I know where that is.
And so I had my singles match against Tracy Smothers, and
my God.
That was literally the greatest
I know
night.
Always got some great Tracy stories.
We don't have enough time on this podcast to talk about them.
But I will tell you, Gary got so much shit from a lot of people because Tracy called 2 super kicks in the match and he laid both of them in, like Tracy asked. And everybody's like, "We can't believe you laid them in like that." He was like, "He told me to."
Well, I mean, you would have got more shit had you took it easy on Tracy Smothers. You would have got more shit from Tracy.
The problem was Tracy was shit talking me the whole time, so I could not pick him.
Exactly.
How I met Tracy was, I don't know, 10 years or so ago. I was wrestling in Madison, Indiana, and he was on a wrestling show, and he looks around, and he just puts his bag next to mine, and I was like, I'm freaking confused. He goes, "All right, boy, let's talk, because you're the only pro wrestler I see in this locker room." And then I was like, "Oh, right." I was like, that's an amazing accomplishment right there. I was like, "Man, I've made it." Tracy says I'm a pro wrestler. There ain't nothing anyone can say or do to me to change my mind now. And then I remember not even 35 seconds later, he said, "You want to go out back and smoke some weed?"
Tracy.
And I was
That
like,
sounds about
I was like,
right.
I was like, I gotta wrestle like right now. He goes, oh, well, I'll be waiting for you afterwards. And he stand there and waited for he watched my match and he told me how good I did. He goes, too bad the other guy sucked.
That's Tracy.
And one thing Tracy is honest.
Brutally honest.
Brutally honest. There was times like, where I didn't have the confidence, and he goes, stick to it, kid. You got it. And then he just gave me the confidence and became a mentor to me. And he literally just became my wrestling dad. And then, the relationship we had that a lot of people don't know is that every Wednesday we would message each other on Messenger, and sometimes call and then talk to each other for hours, whether it was just about life, heartburn from chicken wings or whatever it was. And then I would send him a match, and then he would critique it and tear it apart and tell me what I should have done compared to what I did. And that's just how I got better. And, that's kind of like how I think me and Larry's become really, really good friends. Cause he gives me that same Tracy vibe, that he's so brutally honest and he wants the best out of you. Right. I think that's something that he pushes with his kids, and definitely mine. Definitely when me and Larry went to Tennessee, and he was telling everyone that I was his kid, and then we found out that we're only 2 years apart, and he goes, "Well, that's a little weird calling you my kid now."
Yeah, that's weird.
And he goes, "Man, I didn't know you were that old." I was like, "I didn't know you were that young. Come on." But yeah, he's one of my best friends, and Max Sled's become a really good friend of mine. So like the friends you make in wrestling, it's just amazing. And my wife came into a wrestling fan, so she didn't like it when first.
Hated it.
Yeah, she was like that type. I think we kind of touched it on the last time. Like I bugged her when I was a teenager for like just SmackDown tickets. I was like, man, we gotta go.
You said that's all you wanted for your birthday?
That's all I wanted for my birthday, is to go see SmackDown. And this was like during like early young John Cena and Kurt Angle, young Brock Lesnar. So like wrestling was like, not saying it's not good now, but man, what we were seeing on TV is like, how can you watch this stuff? That's why I think the alternative of having AEW and Impact and Ring of Honor and New Japan is amazing now, because it's not the only thing you can watch. So it's, stuff like that. So she didn't really have that wavelength of how great professional wrestling is. And then I told her, like, as soon as you go one time, you're going to be hooked.
It was the live event that got me.
And she just saw the production value, and she goes, oh, this is freaking awesome. And then, she stuck like Chuck. Or stuck like that poop on the bottom of her shoe.
I was getting ready to say that. And, she's not only a fan, but she's helping you run the company.
I was second that. She's running the company, and I'm helping her.
That's right. Okay.
She does I promise you, she does so much.
Yeah, and
like she does way more than I do.
She stopped something that could have been like, those little boys would have been going to juvenile hall. She stopped that in their tracks. Now they're friends. They're getting along, or at least for the length of the show.
I mean, it seems like it.
Yes, hey, they're not ready to fight, so I'm going to say it's a good thing.
But,
you stopped that fight that could have, just brought down the whole mood of the show. You stopped that before it even started, and hey, you were a problem solver. You thought on your feet. If that's not a wrestling promoter, I don't know what is.
I don't like the bullshit and drama.
Nobody really
I hate it. So,
the drama in the show.
The second I hear somebody say something, somebody said this or somebody said that, I'm nipping it in the butt, because it's not going down in my locker room.
Exactly. Oh, did you hear what? No, we don't care.
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
That's how I am. I don't like drama. I don't like. What'd you hear? I don't care.
I prefer locker room.
Yeah, like we have this other promotion that runs when we run. They think it's funny. They move closer.
They're a mile and a half from me.
They're a mile from us, and we run the same days now.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's here nor there. So one of the said owners of the company she was messaging our roster, was telling the guys like they came in and they can't believe they're working for us because we're not drawing good enough and all this. But like they came to me and was like, "Hey, Mandy, how you feel about it?" I'm like, "I don't care.
Exactly.
I truly don't care."
Exactly.
Like they can say what they want, they can talk what they want, but we know the numbers and we know what's going on.
Damn straight.
We may not be doing big, huge crowds yet, but we're still building.
That's all.
Damn straight.
You're
That's all
taking
that matters.
baby steps. That's all you can do.
Oh yeah. I wasn't jumping in to say, "Hey, I'm going to have a 300, 400, 500 crowd." I was jumping in going, "Hey, I'll be excited to pull 40. Like, I didn't care.
Exactly.
And like, we've never pulled under 40, but I mean, I'm grateful. I mean, if we pulled 40 or if we had a roll low night, I wouldn't care because it was just there to have fun with the kids and the guys. And we do what we do because we like it. And if it's those kids that are in the community that are there and that's it, at least they're there and they're having a good time because I'm sure they're not having much fun.
Exactly. I mean, you got to
Exactly.
start somewhere. I mean, you can't expect to have big crowds like the first day or even the first week or the first show. I mean, you got to keep on doing it and keep doing it. We've been doing this show for 2 years now. We're still growing, we're growing every day, but it's just you have setbacks.
It's a growing process.
Yeah, it's a growing process. You got to do something to
Rome
you got to
wasn't
build. You
built
got to build the
in a
house. You
day.
can't just
Damn straight. You gotta build the house.
you got to build it.
We helped a company about 7-8 years ago. They split from another company, helped build it, and I am not joking when I say there was literally 2 paying fans in the crowd.
Yeah.
The guys that were on the show still went out and busted their ass for those 2 fans.
Oh yeah, it's
That's what it's all about in wrestling.
yeah.
Yeah,
They went from 2 fans to like their one shows at the fairgrounds to like 350, and then their like little gym shows went up to like 60 and 70. So it's just a growing process.
I remember wrestling Ron Mathis in front of 2 people. Like
Well,
we
he was on that
and
show.
we were killing each other like
That's
there was
insane.
500 people out there.
That's right.
And then those 2 people told people, and then more people came, and more
That's
people
how it
came.
goes.
It's literally like
Speaking of those 2 people, the wife, like they separated, the husband and the wife. So the husband's not around anymore, but the wife comes to our shows now. Desire. She comes to Desire now. And she still goes to the other show that we help build or help be a part of. She still goes there too. But she just loves the wrestling and she loves who we are as people, and she was happy that we were back in the area and she could actually see Gary wrestle again. So it's really cool when you have the fan that was one of the only fans in the crowd, if it wasn't for her husband at the time being there. So I thought that was
and
really
that's
cool.
when I was a heel and I made fun of his lazy eye.
Oh my God, you did. That was so neat.
That's crazy.
Because he was yelling at him and he said something.
'Cause you can't. I said no. My exact words: "You can't look at me straight because all you see is over there and over there." And he's like, "Wow."
Hey, being a heel has more fun.
Oh, I know. I
Well, I
love
will tell you, I'm having more fun as a babyface than I ever had in my entire life.
even with our run,
That was totally different. That's some.
that was different.
Yeah, so we did I think a 3-year program in West Virginia for Route 33 Wrestling. I'll give her a cheap.
Yeah, I love Jessie.
So,
She's the owner of Route 33.
So if you ever just look up Route 33 Wrestling on Facebook, she has tons of content out there.
She's an amazing promoter.
Yeah.
She's women-owned business.
It's a woman-owned business. The second one, this is a woman-owned business. I just work here. So we built a 2-year program. That when they first started, they hit me up, and I was one of the first guys that they said, "Hey, we want you to be a part of this. It's either going to be really good or really, really bad." And then we kind of just like went with the punches for the first couple of shows, and then we just put our creative minds together. And I was like, "What if like you had a match?" And she goes, "What? Excuse me?"
The promoter.
The promoter, like we're talking about, she's probably had maybe 12, 18 hours or less of hours of training. And she was like, you want me to have a match? You're going to have to train with me a little bit. And then I was like, no, I can push you through a match. And then, you know, we went down the night before. So it kind of, we got it to a point right before COVID where the match was announced. We're about to do the match. We went down there and tore her living room apart to go through this match.
That was great.
And we choreographed it enough because she has a theater and dance background, so that benefited her a lot. When we went through that whole story of me being the really big bad heel that would make fun of women and their traits, and I would kind of push my wife around and say,
make
me a sandwich, bimbo. Just the generic stuff but it was getting super over. Good. It's in a very I'm trying to think of the word.
I mean, it wasn't
the town is like,
they're small city.
It's a small town in West Virginia. So they're like, you make fun of a woman, they're like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up. Me and my 4 teeth are gonna come jump through off this damn seat, and I'm gonna get you. So they were just like, oh my God, you're belittling women. And a lot of the people, the workers in the back are like, oh, you're going above and beyond. I said, I'm working you then, because I don't feel this way.
Right.
I said, if you can't call it part of the show, then you just don't know. And then we did the whole storyline up to the match, and then COVID kind of ruined it. So we're talking about a year and a half shut down. She didn't run a show. We're still doing the match when we come back. And I was more on the lines of, I'm afraid, is all the heat that I had, is it gone? And she was like convinced that it was still there, and this was the one time that she was actually right.
Yeah.
So we were like, I went down the night before and we choreographed the whole match, start to finish.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, here goes nothing. Here's the match. We're going to do it.
And she is like a 95-pound woman. She is super small.
I'm 260. She's 95 pounds.
Yeah, so there was a huge difference.
Think of the size difference there. So, we did it believable. I did things. I just think, like, if you're going to do intergender wrestling, don't punch the woman. It makes no sense, in my opinion. So I didn't punch her. I hit her with forearms and chops. And then one person, Brutal Bob Evans, yelled at me for doing that chop. Why would you chop a woman? Brutal Bob, I love him, but that one thing, he was like, woman, she got boobies. So I was like, I'm sorry, but yeah, it was.
Well, we choreographed it so it all worked.
It all worked out.
The boss beat the asshole. The asshole's wife at the end still was out on her ass, so it worked for everybody.
And then, like, the crowd, like, gave that pure, like, baby face reaction when she pinned me 1, 2, 3, and I lost to a girl.
Yeah.
When she beat me, the crowd erupted, like, so, like, probably one of the biggest pops outside of what we'll tell you about the end of the storyline. So, it was like bittersweet, like almost 2 years away with COVID, and this match was 3 years in the making, and like just the final product being delivered. That's things like that. That's what it's about. Like pro wrestling making moments. Those are that she'll never forget. That
I mean, she shares clips of that to this day.
She's so look, I'm proud of like Mandy and her and myself and even her husband putting that all together, and the time and effort, and like we all kicked ass. And a lot of people don't know is Mandy is an absolute like professional, and she's absolutely like was born to do this. She just doesn't know it. Because anytime my wife gets in there, it's like she knows what to do, and she'll ask a million questions. But she second guesses herself a lot, but I tell her, just do it. Just do what's naturally in your instincts, and you'll be fine. And she did that when she body slammed Kellen. So
I like to see that. I like seeing that. Hey guys, we're gonna take
I
a
did.
gonna take a
Actually,
small-
I think there's video on Facebook.
we're gonna take a small break from this live real quick, and I'm gonna try to restart this thing, and I think we can get back on Facebook at this point. But we're gonna go silent for a few minutes, and then we're gonna try that. But y'all hang on just a second, okay?
Yep.
Guys out there in the podcast world that are watching right now, everybody, the fans, we're gonna go. We're gonna take a small